Good evening, once again, you beautiful people. It is 2 minutes past 9. It's the 29th of April, 2024. Where is the year going? We're almost in May, 5 months into the year. It's going quick, isn't it? It's going quick. There's some advantages to the fact that it's going quick. It's now getting a little bit warmer. The nights are lighter. The mornings are lighter. I'm feeling a little bit more awake on the walk out to the gym in the morning, and it doesn't. It's still. It's kind of dark now. What is it? Yeah, it's gone 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's dark now. But I went for a bit of a walk just before 8 o'clock, and it was fine. It was still quite light. Let us know how you're doing. How has your week started for you? Those people who are listening on the replay or they're watching on the replay, leave me tweet me, post me on X, formerly Twitter. If you're watching on the replay or listening on the replay, at Act on This TV. If you're watching on Facebook on the replay or YouTube, just drop a comment. I would love to know where you're tuning in from, and leave some comments on what we're discussing tonight as well, because I'm going to be looking. I need your help tonight. Please, everybody, stay on this. I need you to get creative. I'm going to show you some stuff that I'm doing, but I need your input on it as a community. So before I show you any of that, let's dive into the comments. See who's here tonight. Di Ellis, how you doing? Alex Hewitt's in the house. Natalie's here live. Di said she's in Stoke, ready to film a new showreel scene with Chris Stone tomorrow. Nice. Spoke to Chris Stone just a couple of hours ago, because it's Showreel Surgery live this Thursday night for all members of actsonthis.tv. If you're not a member of actsonthis.tv, get yourself over to actsonthis.tv/live right now. Check out the schedule. Chris is going to be our special guest on Thursday night. We're going to be playing out 5 actors' showreels, critiquing them, walking you through, as always, an 8-step formula for your best showreel ever. Loads of stuff going down on Thursday night. So, Di, that's really cool. Let us know what scene you're filming, and is it your scene? Are you acting in someone else's scene? Have you teamed up with somebody? Let us know. Zoe Jessica's in the house. Says, evening, Ross and all. Had a productive week, sending emails to further my career. Feel the fear, but doing it anyway. It's the only way, Zoe. It's the only freaking way. And if you're feeling the fear, it means that you're doing things that are big enough. If you weren't scared, you're not pushing yourself enough. So good on you. Natalie says she's not bad, coming home from training with a corporate roleplay company and doing a new writing night on Sunday. Nat, that's really useful. Would you mind, in the members area on actsonthis.tv, in the community hub, not in the Facebook group, but for just members of Acts on This, I get asked loads and loads and loads of times for legit companies that do corporate roleplay or medical roleplay to just help actors transition, even if it's one day a week out of their day job, because I know there's a lot of people, like I was for many years, stuck in jobs that they freaking hate. And corporate roleplay, medical roleplay can be pretty well paid, can't it? It's sort of like, 150, 180 a day in some places. If you're happy with that company that you've been training with, and they need more actors or whatever, and you think they're legit, could you post it in the group? Because I get asked all the time, and I don't really know where to send people to. So in the community hub on actsonthis.tv, in there would be really, really useful, and then I've always got it for reference then in the future. Alex is here. Alex is probably laughing at the fact that I've not got the app out. So basically, Alex, before I'll tell you, right, we're launching an Acts on This app for iPhone and Android. It is ready to go, but I wanted to make one more build of it before I launch it. It'll launch this week. It'll launch by the end of this week. But today we added in the ability for people to actually sign up for a membership via the app. Previously, you would have to go to actsonthis.tv, this incredible website here that if you're not a member of, folks, and you're an actor and you like work and you like money and you want to earn more money from your acting work, you should be a part of. You would have to come to the website normally, sign up for a membership there, and then to access the content, you can sign into the website, or you can you can get the content from the app. But you could never sign up on the app. And I thought, well, if I'm going to be sending traffic to the app, and actors are maybe going to be downloading the app, I want them to be able to get a membership through the app. And then for you guys who've already got the app, well, when you download the app, if there are courses and things that we're launching and stuff like that, I want you to be able to buy those as in-app purchases through the app. So we've made that possible today. It's an absolute technical minefield. My brain is fried. I just do the graphic design for it, basically. But yeah, so you won't need to go to the website to sign up for a membership necessarily. You should go to the website, though, and you should check it out now. While I'm on here, I might as well just show people around, because I'm going to play out a bit of a mashup from last week's session, and we're going to talk about this just for a minute to begin with today, because there's not a single actor watching this who does not want free money. And what we discussed on this session for members of actsonthis.tv last week, it was with my own personal accountant, Glyn Jelley from Summit Chartered Accountants. In my opinion, the best actors accountant in the industry, looks after massive names from top actors to production companies to directors to writers to lighting technicians to camera crew to like just everyone in the industry. He really knows the industry. If your accountant doesn't know the industry, you're probably not extracting the most juice you could out of your tax and your efficiency around your tax. Ultimately, you're probably throwing money away if your accountant isn't a real actor's accountant. So I brought Glyn on, obviously new tax year. We dive through all the rules of the new tax year, getting set up as self-employed. But one thing we discussed, and I've hammered it home and I've made videos about it before, and I sent an email out last week telling people about it, is this fact that so few people follow up on, and you're throwing money down the toilet if you're not doing this, right? If you have a day job, and I won't bang on about it too much tonight because you've heard me say this a million times, but if you have a day job and you are paying tax in your day job, so maybe you work in an office, you work in a restaurant, you work in a bar, you work in retail, you're doing your muggle job while you are pursuing your acting career. If you are paying tax in that job and you are spending money investing in your acting career by buying an Act on This membership, buying Spotlight, buying Equity, a membership to Equity, buying workshops, acting classes, showreel scenes that you're doing with Chris tomorrow. They all cost a lot of money. I think on average, people spend around £2,000 a year on average invested in their acting career. If you're registered as self-employed, right, and that's free to do, you're employed in your employed job, but you're probably not registered self-employed yet because you think you're not making any profit, so there's no point. You're throwing money away. If you register as self-employed, that £2,000 that you're spending in your acting career, you can actually offset it against the tax in your employed job, and HMRC will give you a £400 refund every year for free. It's just as simple as that. But I think 99% of actors don't know that. And 99% of actors have this imposter syndrome where they're like, but I'm not earning money from my acting career yet. I'm not profitable. There's no point. I don't think I'm a legit actor. I'm not a business. I'm not real. I'm just trying. And it's just a massive mistake. If you've been trying for 3 years, you've just thrown a minimum of 1,200 quid away. If you pay 400 quid a year in tax in your muggle job, you can claim that back. That's what we discussed with Glyn. And Glyn even said for members of Acts on This, and please take him up on this offer, he is the best accountant going. Seriously, I've been with many accountants in my acting career. Glyn changed my finances massively. And just the ease of filing it all as well, the efficiency around that. Glyn offered to register every Acts on This member who wants to be registered as self-employed for free. No strings attached. You don't even have to have any other services off him. He'll just get you set up for free if you just want to register as self-employed. If you want him to look after you, he'll actually do you a deal where he'll, file his company, not him. His company will file all of your return for year one, set you up as self-employed, file it all, basically take it all off your hands for 175 quid plus VAT. You will be spending money in your acting career, on your career, that you could be offsetting against your tax that would double the price of what it's going to cost you for Glyn to look after it for you. So even if you're the laziest person in the world, you don't want to do anything, but you just want 200 quid back in your bank, register with Glyn, he'll do it all for you. It's literally simple. I'm going to play a little trailer out and then I'm going to read some comments. This is a little bit more about what we spoke about on that session, the full 2-hour session, or it might be 2.5 hours. The full 2.5 hour session with Glyn is in the members area for everyone at actsonthis.tv. If you're not a member and you just sign up for a month, it's 27 quid for a month. It's an absolute bargain. This alone, you'd 10x your money basically if you implemented this. More than that. In my opinion, the number one actors accountant in the UK is MD of Summit Chartered Accountants, Mr. Glyn Jelley, back in the house to make us all richer this year. Glyn, thank you so much for being here, mate. How are you? Why are creatives typically bad with money?
I would feel so uncomfortable being an actor, but I think then people who love acting probably find numbers and money either boring or makes them nervous.
You should register as being self-employed the second you commit to being a professional actor.
Usually you'll find with an actor who's just starting, they maybe haven't had their first job yet, they've probably got an employed job somewhere. If you pay tax in your employed job, you can then offset the loss from your self-employment against your employment and then get the tax relief in the year that you've already paid tax and get a tax credit, you get a refund from them. It's a no-brainer to register self-employed straight away, even if you've never got your first job. If you're spending money to become an actor, then why aren't you recording it?
What are legitimate expenses for an actor? First up, costume.
I quite often use the example of like a clown. So if you were auditioning for a clown, all the costume would be absolutely fine because it is wholly, exclusively, and necessary for what you're doing.
What can we claim when it comes to travel?
So train tickets are expensive. They add up a lot. Mileage is 45 pence per mile for the first 10,000 miles. That soon adds up.
What can we claim around AV equipment?
Some people might already have a printer. They might have already had a laptop historically. Things like that, you can actually go and introduce them and get their second-hand value as a deduction. You'll surprise yourself how many things you do already own that you may not have ever claimed tax relief for.
2024, 2025, national insurance contributions.
Everyone is paying less national insurance this year.
Should I have two self-employed accounts, one for acting and one for my hat making?
If you're not registered as self-employed and you want setting up as self-employed, we will set you up for free. Get in the mindset you're not just this person like wandering around and doing some acting. You are a business and you need to treat yourself like a business.
Boom! I just realised, folks, I won't shout too loud just yet because my microphone was on 50% volume. I just noticed it on the screen. I thought I'm not coming through quite loud, so that might have been a lot louder than my voice was before. I've now turned it up. Hopefully, you can adjust your volume so that it doesn't startle you. And now I can start speaking normally. Have you done that? But yeah. What a great session with Glyn. Honestly, like, please, I know, and I said it on the night, like, you know, tax doesn't sound like a very sexy subject, doesn't sound like something actors want to dive into, but, like, it's not about tax. It's about more money in your bank account, in your pocket for you to spend on your career. Like, you're doing that scene with Chris Stone tomorrow. It's probably 400 quid for a scene off Chris, somewhere around that. I don't know what he charges now, I think it was about 430, 430, something like that. It's just a free scene if you just get your stuff together. And actually, you know, either let someone like Glyn sort that out for you, or you know, if you just register for free and do it yourself, obviously it's going to be a bit more hassle doing it yourself. But I'll show you for those people who are here or watching on the replay. In the main, if you go into the members area at the top of the features, so this is the latest 5 features. You'll see that feature with Glyn there. You'll see, and you won't mind me showing this, but you'll see there's an offer at the top. Have Glyn register yourself employed for free. And then there's a little offer there, 175 quid plus VAT for him to do your accounts. And there's his email address. Click on that. Just send him an email. Say, act on this, you know, in offer in the subject line. And he'll sort that out for you so that you get that deal. But yeah, it's well worth doing, folks. It is well worth doing. Let's dive back into the comments. Oh, Alex has said that intro was so loud. So yeah, mate, that's because my mic wasn't loud, and when I played the intro, that would have been at normal volume. So sorry about that if there was any sound issues at the start of that there. Zoe's downloaded the app. So Zoe, you will have downloaded the development version of the Acts on This app. Nothing wrong with doing that. It's just not the final version, basically. What will happen is when it gets updated at the end of this week, you'll just download an update and it'll change. But it won't be like way different from the one that you've got already. But yeah, the app that's currently labelled as Acts on This on the App Store, it's not the final one. It's only on the Apple App Store. It's not on Android Google Play's store yet. We've not put it on there yet, but hopefully by the end of this week, it will be out of my air. It's been a 3-month endeavour of just back and forth emails working with developers because I can't do it. It's way above my pay grade. So I have to send stuff, I have to design graphics, send it off, they upload it. We had it once where 2 developers at the same time were uploading different things that I'd sent, and we uploaded half of one and half of the other. It's just not it's just not right. Too many cooks spoil the broth, but I'm hoping it's all good. Let's have a look. Lifon, how do I say your name? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It says, joined with a free trial. We'll be joining properly when paid. Watch the Kevin Boyle Coronation Street chat. Was amazing. Reached out to him and had a lovely response of him. So helpful. Kev Boyle is one of the nicest directors I've ever worked with. He directed me on an episode of Coronation Street. We brought him on Acts on This. I played out my self-tape for that job, you know, my audition ultimately. Kev critiqued it. He told me why he gave me the job. We played out the scene. We spoke about filming it. Kev talks about, you know, how you can get in touch with him. He gave his email address, his personal email address away on the call. Actors in the Acts on This community. Obviously, I can't give his email address out. If you're a member, it's in the members area. But yeah, he invited them to email him their show reel, and he's so good at like replying to people, and he's just incredibly kind. So I'm really happy you've watched that, and yeah, join if you're on a trial, if you're on a 7-day trial or something like that. Your membership after 7 days, unless you cancel, will turn into a normal membership. But if you can't do that, you can cancel it obviously, and just join when you can. But I would highly recommend you do. There's no better value in this entire industry than than acts on this. There just isn't. Everyone else, all the bullshitters out there are charging you 30, 40, 50, 60 quid for a 2-hour workshop. You know, I'll give you 140 features already in the members area and 14 hours of brand new coaching every single month with literally the biggest names in the game for £6.75 a week. Absolute no-brainer. Cancel all the other crap. Get on this. Right, let's have a look. Alex is already trying to hustle and get people on an affiliate link. Alex, don't go poaching people in the chat. You're not a vulture. You can't start poaching people who are already members. But yeah, any member who gets a membership, you'll get access to what's called our affiliate scheme, where basically if you bring new actors into the membership, Alex, not ones who are already members, you will get 25% commission basically on anybody you bring into the community. It's a way of just me helping you, again, transition out of your day job a little bit. You know, if you bring in 4 actors into the membership who, you know, are obviously going to benefit from this community, but you bring them in through your affiliate link, your membership won't cost you anything because you're getting 4 times 25% commission, which is 100%. So your membership won't be anything. And then if you bring in 10, obviously you'll get paid on top of that. Your membership will be free, but then you'll have 6 people whose commission you're just going to receive every month they're a member. So there's loads of ways to get acts on this for free, earn more money, and try to make it as simple as possible for people to just save money in this industry and not spend it or waste it, like I say, on the bullshit that's out there. Every man and his dog wants to sell you some crap. There's a lot of people emailing me at the moment, more than ever. Will you promote this? Will you promote this? I'm doing this. I'm setting up this. No. Why would I do that? You've literally not helped me at all ever. And now you just want me to sell your product that I can't vet and I've not got anything to do with. Be careful, folks. It's a wild west out there. Right, what else is going down? Alex has been role playing for Manchester Uni today. Alex, if they're great role playing companies, get them in the community hub. People would love to know which ones are decent. Di's teamed up with another actor for the showreel scene, 1950s murder mystery in the style of Father Brown. Nice. Yeah, that's good. I just spoke to Gemma Hancock from the BBC casting department last week, and Father Brown is still going. You know, I don't know if it'll just continue to run. But yeah, I think the casting department of the BBC likes to take it in turns to have a little go on casting Father Brown. That's one that they sort of pass around. There's not like one set team on that all the time. So yeah, get that scene when you've done it, Di, to everyone at the BBC casting department for sure. Let's have a look. What else is going down? And then I'm going to show you something, again, that I'm going to launch that's new this week, but this is where I need your help in a minute. Josh is here. Says, evening all. Getting my new showreel and Corrie scenes out into the world before heading to Morocco on my honeymoon next week. I also learnt the guitar as a surprise for my wife at our wedding. Petch was saying he was teaching you to play the guitar. Never picked it up before and learnt a song from scratch. And sung too. 5 months non-stop practice with Petch's help. Snuck off to his house every Sunday for 5 months. Producer Petch, who works for on this, is teaching people guitar now. I love that. He's on his honeymoon now. He's on his honeymoon. Josh is going on his honeymoon. I've not even got a girlfriend, never mind a wife, Josh. And I can't play the guitar, mate. It's probably where I'm going wrong. But that's amazing. And that's something good now. You can add to your spotlight. You know, if you're proficient, you can, you know, play a couple of songs well. You know, you don't have to be an expert, but that's decent. Right, so let's have a look. Yeah, I can see people saying my mic was quiet before. Is my mic all right now? It should be fine now. It was on 50%. I don't know what had happened. Somehow my Mac had just turned it down. So let me show you something else that people have been asking for years. And I was like, right, we're going to do this. People have been asking for acts on this merch literally now for years. And I've just been like, I don't know, is it what people kind of want? Should I do it? It's quite a lot of effort ultimately to set up this because I don't want to be printing merchandise myself. I don't want to be holding stock here in the office, posting it out. I don't want to deal with any of that. But enough people have said, listen, I want t-shirts, I want hoodies. We're thinking of doing caps, notebooks, just cool stuff basically. And I want, I want it to be premium stuff. I'm not going to just get the cheapest, shittiest t-shirts or, the cheapest hoodies from China that'll fall apart. I thought I'm going to do it properly. It does mean that it's not the cheapest of merch, but you'll see it's definitely cheaper than when you go to concerts and you see hoodies for £100. But it is quite expensive to get premium goods printed, custom printed, and drop shipped to people who want them. But I've spent the last few days setting up and that's on this merch shop. And it's not going to launch yet because I'm ordering stuff now. I've set it up and I'm going to order this stuff myself. And then I'm going to try and destroy it in the wash. I'm going to wash these garments 5, 6 times. I'm going to put them on tumble dry when you're not supposed to, because I know this is what people do. I include myself in that. And I want to test this merchandise. I've chosen the most premium products that I can. I've been as transparent with the pricing as I can. We basically don't make any money on this. I just want to give ultimately promotional material to you guys. It's cool stuff, but I get it. It's free promo for Acts on this, so I'm not interested in sort of like, making profit on it and stuff. I don't want to lose money. But I'm going to take you to the preview of the shop now, and I'll show you the beginnings of what we're doing. For those people who are listening on the audio experience, you're missing out on the visuals here, but I'll try and describe this stuff as best as possible. So, this is the merch shop. There's only a few products in it right now. I'll be launching this, I don't know, probably late next week because I've ordered this stuff, so I'm going to have to test it all out. I don't know. I think it takes 2 or 3 days to get here. But we've got the first edition Buy For Now t-shirts here. For those people who are like, what the hell is Buy For Now, right? At the end of every single interview I've ever done in the last 14 years, I always say, Buy For Now. And it's become a little bit of a meme, an in-joke. I've squeezed it into TV shows that I've been a presenter on, where I've had to end I get cast sometimes as a presenter in TV shows. I did then Barbara McAllen. I've done something called Toxic Town with Jodie Whittaker that's coming out later this year, and I try and squeeze in that catchphrase on TV where I can. So it's become a bit of a thing now. So what I've done, I'm launching just 100 to test, right? 100 in each colour, first edition Buy For Now t-shirts and hoodies. So I'll show you. Here we go. So we've got Act on this on the front, Buy For Now on the back, and I'll zoom in on this in a minute. I think it's quite cool. We do them in black, in white, in grey, even down to like the labels. You can, I don't, you won't be, no, you can see it there, but like the label in the back of the shirt is custom printed. I don't want it to just look like generic nonsense. Hoodies, same, black hoodie, white hoodie, grey hoodie. Hoodies are freaking expensive, right? Don't force yourself to get a hoodie if you can't really afford it. Like, I don't want anyone to buy this if genuinely, like, if this is going to affect, I don't know, whether you go to an acting workshop or a class or something like that, go to that rather than get a hoodie. But if you want them, they're here because they're 55 quid, right? I understand that is quite expensive, but they are really, really good material. They're all double stitched, all the seams. They're not just like tubular where they're just going to hang like a piece of shit off you. Like boxes, they're not like fitted, they're nice and comfortable. It's a relaxed fit. But I didn't want to just get shit really that you'd buy at a, I don't know. Someone said Madonna at a concert was selling hoodies for 300 quid. I don't want, to charge you that much. And I'm sure those ones weren't even that great quality. But I'll show you, if I click on one of these, I'll show you the design. Oh, opening soon. Of course it's opening soon. I don't even know, why can't I get into my own shop here, folks? Oh, hang on. Right, let me come back on camera. I'm going to log myself in to my own shop. Because you're going to be able to find this at shop.actsonthis.tv. You won't, in fact, if you go there now and just type your email address in, you'll get an email when the shop opens, when it launches. Because as I say, there's only going to be 100 of these first edition ones. And they say first edition on the back of them. That's what I wanted to log in and show you there. And then the rest of them will just be an unlimited run. It won't have that first edition stamp on it, basically. But let me try and log in. And let me see if it'll actually let me in to my own shop. Be ideal. Be absolutely ideal if it would let me show you my own thing. Security for you, though, that, innit? 2-factor authentication and all that. Right. Yes, I think I'm in. I think I'm in to my own shop. Here we go. Right. So, can I show you in here? So here we go. So yeah, hoodies are 55. I appreciate that's dear. If you can't, don't stretch yourself. If you can't afford it, please don't. As I say, I don't make any profit out of this. I'm not bothered who buys what. Just buy what you can afford. They do look cool though. So that's the front of it. If I blow this up. There you go, that's the front. And again, it's sort of premium. Can you see in the back there, there's like an Acts on this logo as well, in the, where your label is. They're not just going to be nonsense. It will come with a label with washing instructions, but you can tear that out. so it doesn't scratch you. I didn't want anything. I hate it when you get labels that are big in the back of things and you just scratch your neck. That's the back. Bye for now. Now, can you see? I don't know if that's that clear, but just to the left of my hand, because I always do that, don't I? Point at the camera and go, bye for now. It says first edition. So the first 100 will have that first edition. After that, it'll never have that on it again. So that's just like a little in thing for the original OG crew. There it is with the hood fully up. And there it is, just nicely folded. So it's got drawstrings on it and stuff. It's all nicely stitched. Decent. Come in 3 colours. So you can get that in black, in white, and in grey. Same for the t-shirts. Nicely, like not too fitted, but again, they're not these like baggy, square cut kind of like just awful, like just not fitted very well sort of t-shirts. It's not one of those. These are nicely sort of slightly tailored fit t-shirts. Come in loads of sizes though. We'll have a size for everybody. Again, bye for now. First edition on the back, and they come in white, black, and grey as well. So there'll be 100 of each of those available in like loads of sizes. What sizes do we do? Like small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, 3XL in the t-shirts. They're unisex, doesn't matter. They're for men and women as well. And then on the hoodies, I mean, there's a load of sizes there, right to 5XL, depending on how comfortable you want to, how loose fitting you want your hoodie to be. T-shirts are 29, so t-shirts are actually a lot more affordable. Hoodies are 55, but ultimately they're the first ever Acts on This merch that we have ever done, the first official merchandise. So let me know your first opinions on those. In terms of returns, Alex, I don't deal with returns. If you were in between sizes or you wanted to check a couple of different sizes out, I don't think they are returnable because they're printed on demand by a drop shipping company. So what I'd suggest you do, I might have to put that in terms and conditions, otherwise I'll just end up with a load of stock that I don't need. There is a sizing chart, mate, on all of them. So and also if there's a picture of a sizing chart as well. So just make sure you just look at this and you size it up compared to one of your normal t-shirts. I mean, hoodies are just nice. They're generally just a little bit baggier anyway, aren't they? I always buy a hoodie and it's, quite loose. But if you want your t-shirt to fit a bit more fitted or you want it a bit more loose, all the measurements, like very precise measurements, are on the measurements charts there. But yeah, let us know. It's interesting, isn't it? Let us know your thoughts. I've still not designed the notebooks, and I want to do cups as well, because obviously we all like a coffee or a tea. So I'm going to design those this week as well. But then this is where I want your creative input, because what I want to do is I want to produce a line of t-shirts, maybe just half a dozen, not loads. They'll all come in the different colours. And maybe we'll do other colours. Obviously, I just chose the brand colours for Acts on This there. But I'd love to choose some slogans, and maybe we'll have like a bit of a competition that'll probably be May's challenge in the membership. We do a little challenge in the community hub every month to come up with slogans that only actors would get. And I want to design some cool graphics on the front of t-shirts this time, not on the back. And it'd be on the front, and it'd be things like, I'm trying to think like things that just, my agent says it's quiet. Just things that only actors would get, that are slightly sort of sarcastic slogans, sayings. Another one like I hear actors say all the time is, my character wouldn't do that. So like that. So my agent says it's quiet, my character wouldn't do that. 2 tapes, 3 recalls, and they've gone another way. Or something like that. The stuff that, like how heavy's a heavy pencil? Or something like that. Things that only we would get as actors. Because I just think that's quite cool. And we'll just choose maybe like the top 6 slogans. And then I'll get them designed professionally, proper, like, it's not just going to be just plain lettering. It'll be, funky designs, a bit like that Bye For Now, which I did myself, by the way. I think it looks quite cool, though. And we'll just produce some really nice designs, and we'll just throw those up as well as options for people. So it's not just Acts on This on the front. That'll just have a very small Acts on This branding. I don't want it all to be, like, plastered all over it. But yeah, I just thought that would be quite cool. So if you've got any good slogans, let me know in the chat now. And we'll go through it. Let me just see what people what people are saying about the merch, though. I hope you like it. I think it looks cool, though. And as I say, I have chosen the best products. There were lots of other T-shirts that were way cheaper than that I could have had it printed onto. I just didn't want to go with the shit because I'm like, I don't want you to buy it, wear it look good once, and then it just fall apart, or it lose its shape, or it not dry, or shrink, or something like that. You know, you put it through the dryer. So I've ordered one of everything. And I'm just going to, like, not destroy it, obviously, but I'm going to really put it through its paces. I'm just going to keep washing it every day for 5 days on the trot and just make sure that it, the print doesn't fall off and, that it is, is really good quality. And if it is, then I'll open the shop next week and I'll be happy for you guys to buy it then. Let's have a look. Di, you can, so anyone, so you're organising the Birmingham meetup. I can get you a t-shirt definitely for that. As the Birmingham meetup host, I can sort that out for you, definitely. That's fine. I'll get that sorted. That's no problem. I need to give Lawrence one. I need to get Petch one as well. Lawrence does the London meetup for us now officially. So yeah, I'll get that sorted. Let's have a look. Vistaprint, Joe. It is much cheaper, but it's just not. It's just mass-produced cheap stuff, though. I've gone with just the best suppliers that I could on this stuff. I could have got your hoodies for 25 quid. Could have got your t-shirts for 18 quid, but I just know you'd wear it once and you'd be disappointed with it. I'd rather pay, well, technically, twice the price, but have it for a year and I can wear it all the time than just go, I've got this t-shirt that looks good the first time it's printed, but you put it through the wash, it's faded straight away. The label in the back's coming out, it's losing its shape. So it is premium, but like I say, there is no pressure for anyone to buy anything. I'm not doing it to make money out of this. Just wanted to give you guys some cool stuff and make it good quality. So please only buy it if you really can buy it and you want it. There's totally no one's going to get special treatment at a meetup if they've got a hoodie on. Maybe you will. I'm joking, but yeah, it's just something fun in it. It's just a little bit different and a bit and a bit of fun. Josh is spending his next paycheck on a hoodie and a t-shirt. Get in, Josh. I love it, mate. It's but honestly, it's great. But only if you can. Honestly, only if you can. If there's other things that are more important, please spend your money on those. Let's have a look. So, Alex, you get your fit, mate. No returns. Just order the right one. Let's have a look. Julie, you can't buy anything yet. The shop's not open, but you will be able to buy it if you go to shop.actonthis.tv, and that's with no www. So this is a bit of technical knowledge for you. When you're setting up a website, you can set up stuff called subdomains, which is like a sub. Well, obviously, it's a subdomain of your main domain. So our main domain is actonthis.tv. You can have a subdomain, which is underneath that, but they don't have www. So it's just shop.actonthis.tv, and it will take you to that holding page where you can put your email address in, and you'll be first to get an email then the minute the shop goes live. Zoe says she loves them. Yes, Zoe. Appreciate that. I'm glad people like them, definitely. And Alex, if you can flip it, mate, for more money, you're more than welcome. If you get one of the top 100 ones with a limited edition on it, and people miss out, maybe they'll pay you a little bit extra for that. You might be able to make a bit of money on that. Take all my credit cards and bank cards away from me. I'll send my next paycheck to you. Maybe I should just go into merch. I love it. Let's have a look. Alex wants to buy for now in 2D text rather than 3D. I just thought as a 3D, it was almost like it was being projected. But I could definitely do some alternative designs. It's my first go at this, Alex. Ultimately, I'm making it up as I go along, mate. I'm just doing my best. But yeah, if people want different designs, I can maybe do some different designs as well. We can just have some fun with it. And we'll just do limited runs of stuff. I'll just drop 50 of a certain thing on there, just at times, just so that not everybody's got the same thing, and everybody can have something that's slightly different. So we don't have everybody turning up to every meetup in the exact same thing. Or that might look quite cool, because we could be like a dance troupe then and go on Britain's Got Talent in our hoodies and just be like, what were they called? Diversity. What were they called? They won Britain's Got Talent. They all used to wear black hoodies for all the dancing. Will I have seen you in anything? That's a good slogan, Andrea. Yeah. Or no, it'd be, what have I seen you in? Something like that. What do you do? I'm an actor. What have you been in? Yeah, what have you been in? Something like that. Can I have my subs, please? Says Alex. I don't read the script. The script reads me. Says Gary. That's very deep. Have I seen you in anything? Yeah, no, honestly, I think something like that. We'll figure out the best way of putting that. But yeah, that's definitely a good one, isn't it? So yeah, just ones that just actors would get basically if they saw it. When are you going to be on Corrie? I'll get you that one, Alex. We'll get you that one printed on. When are you going to be on Corrie? Why don't you just apply for EastEnders? As if like that's a thing. Are you an extra or a main role? Have you rang Hollywood? Have you rang Hollyoaks? Oh, Hollyoaks, yeah. Have you rang Hollyoaks? Yeah. No. Let's have a look. Oh, you're an actor. Go on then. Act. That's like comedians, isn't it? What are you doing, comedian? Tell me a joke then. All right. Will new headshots make a difference? Yeah, that's probably a good one as well. Being anything I might know. Here's my spotlight link. That would be a good one. Yeah. Here's my spotlight link. I wouldn't my spotlight pin, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to get personalized ones. Otherwise, you could actually have your spotlight, your spotlight digits on there. Maybe we could do it. I don't know if I can set this up, but a way to actually personalize, put a personalization option on there as well. That would be quite funny, where you could just paste in your 12-digit spotlight numbers. I mean, no one's going to do anything with it, but it's quite funny, isn't it? That could maybe be a thing. I'll see if that's even a technical possibility. Why don't you get a proper job? Yes. That's a good one. My brother used to say that to me all the time. When are you going to get a proper job, mate? When are you going to get a proper job? Never. Why don't you do an advert, says Kelly. Have you thought about doing EastEnders, says Nat. What have you seen me in? This t-shirt, yeah. Yeah, I'm just Yeah, that's the one that everyone says, isn't it, Alex? So I'm just writing at the moment. Just doing a bit of writing. Try to think what people say when they're sat in auditions, and the director will be, so what have you been up to then? And then what the go-to things. Writing is something I hear people say a lot because they just feel they've got to say anything about the industry, and writing's so generic that no one really even goes into having to explain more about it. Well, just doing a bit of writing. Oh, great. Right, should we have a go then? Should we have a read then? Trying to think what else happens in like auditions. Or like a piece of feedback like a director would give. We'll have to get, I think I'll put a challenge up in the Acts on This Community Hub, and we'll vote. Well, you vote basically, don't you? For those people who don't know what that is, I'll just get on the Acts on This Community, because there's still a couple of days left as well. Because you win a gift voucher for this as well, folks. You get a £20 Amazon gift card. I think for the winner of this, you'll win a T-shirt with your slogan on it. I'll get you one printed. But if you click into the challenges section here in the Acts on This Community Hub, this is just exclusive for members. This was April's challenge. It's just let's get active for April. I just wanted people to get out from behind the desk because we spend so much time on Zoom in this community, and just go for a walk, and on their daily walk, and just take a picture of something that inspires them or something around them that's cool. So loads of people have been posting photos on their walk and stuff from the community, which is really cool to see. It's amazing that people get involved in this. There's Petch running his marathon, and looks like Julie Frost is winning with the most popular answer at the moment. So what you can do is you can go in, and underneath obviously there's the likes, so you can just click a like, and then the photo with the most likes ends up winning the gift card, a £20 Amazon gift card. So we'll do the slogan with the most likes will win a T-shirt with that slogan printed on it in whatever colour and whatever size you want. Yeah, they went in another direction. Di was one. I was saying two tapes a recall, and they went in another direction, or they've gone in another direction. My agent said they went in another direction. Such a load of bullshit, that phrase. Yeah, they've just gone in another direction. Just tell me they didn't want me. Tell me I just was not what they wanted. It's absolutely fine. Put 3 pictures up of your idents and hands. We should have one. Name and age to camera, please. That was like back in the day when you used to always go into audition for adverts and stuff like that, rather than doing self tapes. What's this? I just had a good idea. Can you make it so we can add a QR code to it for our spotlights? I don't know how to automate that, Alex, to be honest. I mean, it would be scan for my spotlight or something like that. It's not. I don't know if it's impossible, is it? There's always a way to do something. I just don't know exactly how that would be set up in terms of for personalization if you could upload an image. The only problem we'd have there in terms of, obviously, it would have to, the software would have to make the image for you. Otherwise, everyone's going to have a different QR code looking QR code. People won't have a clue what they're doing with resolutions. They'll upload stuff that just won't work and will print really badly. So it'd have to be standardized in a way that we can ensure quality. But there's maybe a way. There's definitely customization options for text. So you could, like I say, it would be more just for the novelty of it than the use of it. But you probably could. We could set something up where you could type in your Spotlight pin and have that printed on it, potentially. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. I'm not even opened this door to sell the normal T-shirts that are there yet. But yeah, I think it would be quite cool to just have some fun, laugh at ourselves. You know, industry gets a bit too serious sometimes, doesn't it? Or gets a little bit tense. Right, so that's the merch shop. That will be opening next week. The app will hopefully be out this week. At some point this week anyway. Other things to show you guys. I wanted to just remind you of the guests that are coming up. And for anyone who's not a member, again, we've just got some like wicked people coming on. Really, really good stuff. I'll just get the coaching schedule up. So this Thursday night, if you go to actonthis.tv/live, you can look at all this. And this gets constantly updated with our next load of guests. So in 2 days, 21 hours and 46 minutes, as we are live now, as I say, Showreel Surgery, with, in my opinion, the best showreel producer in the UK, Mr. Chris Stone. We'll be live with Chris, looking at 5 Act On This members' showreels. I sent every member today an email with a Google form link in it if you want to submit your reel to have a chance of it being played out on the night. Please fill in the Google form. I need you to fill in the form with a link to your showreel either on YouTube or on Vimeo. Please don't reply to me with an email with your showreel. I need it all on that form because then I can just download a spreadsheet basically of everything that's been submitted, and then we can choose randomly the reels that get picked out. So yeah, don't it needs to be on Vimeo or YouTube. Don't try and submit it any other way or via email or something like that. Please use that form, and then we'll choose 5 at random to play out. Next week, which is next Tuesday, we've got this legend here, David Crowley, director of Hollyoaks and on-set acting coach at Hollyoaks. This is the guy that puts actors through their screen tests for Hollyoaks. He helps actors get ready for their auditions for Hollyoaks. He directs Hollyoaks. He directs loads of other stuff as well, but Hollyoaks is his main bag at the moment. Really, really top bloke. He also runs Act Up North, a fantastic acting school. And on this session, we're going to take a script from Hollyoaks, an audition script from Hollyoaks. We did this last time David was on a couple of years ago, and we're going to attack it a slightly different way on Tuesday night. It's next Tuesday, a week tomorrow. And just really look at prepping for your audition, prepping for an audition, whether it's a self-tape or an in-the-room casting. I'll bring a couple of people on camera to have a cold read of that script. So I'll put people on the spot to put you through your paces a little bit, just for fun. Don't feel pressured or anything like that. David will take us through that process. So that's going to be a really, really cool one, particularly if you're looking for roles in serial drama right now, shows like Hollyoaks, like Corrie, like Emmerdale, like EastEnders and Casualty, those kind of shows. Week after that, we've got Mr. Guy Howe back in the house, agent and CEO of WGM Atlantic Group. Great agency, repping actors, but also like other people within production as well. He's a literary agent as well now, so we'll rep script writers, directors, all people throughout the TV world. Guy's great, real go-getter. Got offices all over the world now for WGM Atlantic. Started off up north here in Manchester. He's got offices in London now, New York as well. Like genuinely as well, not just a fake address and a number that reroutes to the UK. Guy, has got US clients and stuff now as well, so that's quite cool. He's not been on for 3 years or so. So the agency's grown a lot since the last time Guy was on. So if you're looking for a great agent right now, particularly if you want to have connections on both sides of the Atlantic, that'll be a really, really cool session to tune into. We're going to look at how you can get rep off Guy, what he likes, what he doesn't like. And we're going to look at 3 of his clients that he signed recently and why he signed them, how they approached him, what it was that made them stand out. Ultimately so that you can reverse engineer that, and make your approach in a similar way to have a similar impact. Week after that, this absolute legend, Mr. Victor Jenkins, one of the biggest casting directors in the TV industry, full stop, responsible for huge shows. Most recently, things like The Long Shadow for ITV, starring David Morrissey and Catherine Kelly. Incredible show. I think it was nominated, and did it win anything at the BAFTA Craft Awards? I can't remember, because were they last night? Or was it recently won it, I think. it was just the weekend. I'm sure it was. Unforgotten. Other stuff like way back in the day, things like Broadchurch when Victor used to work with Kelly Valentine Henry when they were a casting duo. Top bloke though, like really, really good guy, like genuinely good, authentic, real like heart in the right place of champion actors. Probably holds the title for most appearances on Acts on This ever. I think him and Daniel Edwards join like tie at times, but Victor's slightly ahead because Victor came on first many, many years ago. One of the first interviews I ever did in 2010 was with Victor and Kelly. They invited me down to their office, and we sat in their office and recorded a podcast in person. And ever since, both of them have been so kind to this community. So Victor's back on Tuesday, the 21st of May. Claire Bleasdale, another incredible casting director, is coming on the 30th of May. Claire casts loads of stuff across all genres as well. Doesn't just specialise in TV. Has cast BAFTA women. BAFTA women. Has cast BAFTA women. No, has cast BAFTA winning. Got women on the mind, haven't I? BAFTA winning short films, commercials, TV, comedy, theatre. Claire does everything. She's just great. Proper Northern hustler. Really likes champions actors, new talent, fresh faces. And just likes trying to put people on the map, really. So that's the next 5 features. Obviously, we've got a session every single week this year. We do it every single week, but they're the next 5 that are coming up. 1 membership gets you access to all of that. You don't buy separate sessions or anything like that. Literally £6.75 a week on an Acts on This membership, or cheaper if you get a yearly membership. Works out like £5 something. You'll get access to all of it, plus the recordings of everything, plus the community hub, 24/7 supporting that, plus recordings of the last 145 sessions that we've done over the last 2 years, plus bi-weekly coaching with me, monthly meetups in online and in various cities across the UK. We've got the best, the biggest, and just the damn right nicest community on earth, haven't we? Give yourselves a round of applause in the chat. I think we have. We've got the best freaking people in this industry, like the nicest actors who are all motivated and inspired. No like toxic bitterness that you get in a lot of other Facebook groups full of actors. We just have a lovely a lovely community. So loads of stuff coming up. Let us know which you might be looking forward to the most. And, if you've got suggestions for any guests as well, let me know as well. I always do my best to try and bring people on that members want, that you guys want to hear from. So do let us know, if there's other people in mind. Know your lines and don't be a dick, says Di. That's a good slogan. Quite a lot of directors say that, though, don't they? When I say, what's the one thing you want all actors to know? A lot of them do say that. Just know your lines and just don't be a dick. Okay. That's pretty simple. We could stick that on a t-shirt, definitely. Nat says, sent my showreel link in for that. We'd love some feedback before I send it for edits. We will do our best now. How we do that is I download that spreadsheet. The reason why I want it on that, I want it that form filled in, is it lets me download a spreadsheet, and then we just put that into Google, and it randomly generates a number between 1 and whatever. I'll be honest with you, just to be transparent, we do get a couple of 100 people submitting their reel, sometimes more. I think with the most we've had is like 500 people. And we only have time to play out 5. So to not be biased and sort of like, cheat, it's literally, you can get Google, it's just called a random number generator. You can get Google to randomly generate you a number between 1 and whatever you put the top number in as. And we just hit it 5 times now. And then whoever comes out, unless we've done their reel on a previous show reel surgery, we don't bring theirs on again, unless it's been like 2 years or so and it's completely different. But if it's a similar reel or a similar cut, we won't play the same person's out again. But apart from that, it's just random. Julie says, oops, I sent an email. Don't worry, Julie, it's fine if you sent an email, but I just need you to fill that form in, though, if you can, just to be included. If I had to do it through emails, especially this week where I've got no Petch, I'm doing it all on my own. It'd just be impossible to collate all that information, really. You're on a heavy pencil. Yeah, Alex, that would be a good slogan. Do people still say that? I remember when I used to work in casting in 2010, I worked for Beverly Keogh and Michael Jackson, and Michael did a lot of commercials in the day. And in the commercial world, pencils were a real big thing. Not so much in drama, but in commercial, if you wanted to, if the production company was very interested in a particular actor who had auditioned, and you wanted to sort of keep them so they wouldn't go and get another job, you would put them on. I'd have to ring their agent up and go, they're either on like a light pencil, which means they're interested, but there's maybe like 5 other people involved. They're on a pencil, which is a bit more firm. And then sometimes if there was like just 2 in the mix, them or one other person, we go, listen, they're on a heavy pencil. It's like, how heavy does a pencil have to be before I actually get the freaking job? So yeah, that's an interesting one. So he says, amazing community. Kirsten, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Andrea says, I haven't met a nasty actor yet. Maybe I'm naive and just like everyone. I've met probably, honest to God, in 14 years of running this, I'd say less than 6. I have met some absolute twats, Andrea, if I'm honest with you. Excuse my French. Just like really arrogant people who just don't want to collaborate and just won't listen to reason, won't accept any other opinion as maybe valid. It's mostly arrogance, and I think it probably comes from insecurity and like a feeling of insignificance. I've never met a dickhead actor professionally in terms of like on a set or at a read through anywhere in TV ever. I think people who are succeeding are generally quite happy and have no reason to be a dick. As people, maybe not where they want to be and are making excuses for why it's not their fault and it's everyone else's fault and they're a bit bitter. But I have met just a few of those people. And it's a shame. It's a shame because, I don't know, you can learn a lot from having discussions with people. The amount of times I'll sit down to do a podcast with Petch and we'll be chatting about a hot topic when we do our table talk episodes for Acts on This members, and they're like 3-hour podcasts where we go deep on everything, and I'll have quite a firm opinion on something, but then he'll throw a different take on it at me. He likes to play devil's advocate, Petch, quite a lot, and I go, oh yeah, oh no, I can see actually, yeah, from that point of view, actually, yeah, I can see how that works as well. Like, I think it's quite empowering when you are okay with changing your mind, and it's perfectly fine to change your mind on things and have an opinion on something and then change your mind on that and have a different opinion. That's the only way you really sort of like stop conflicts and move things forward. And there are people I meet in this industry who just won't listen to anybody else but themselves. It's like, my opinion is the only opinion on anything. I don't want to listen to anyone else. And I'm like, yeah, that's how we have wars. That's why the world's so fucked up right now. Because people will not sit down and have a conversation with each other. They just want to shout at each other. And when they hear an opinion that, God forbid, offends them, they just stick their fingers in their ears. Like, how like audacious is it to go through life or this industry feeling that you should never be offended by anything anybody says? It's so ridiculous to think that your opinion is going to be the same as another 8 billion people's. Like, it's just bonkers. There'll be 8 billion slightly different opinions on everything. It's just insane. So yeah, that's the only time that I've thought, oh God, you're a dickhead, is when like you just hear people spouting their mouth and they just will not listen to anybody else. But it's rare. I think in general, especially in the Acts on This community, there's only been a couple of people who literally a couple in 14 years who I've been really glad when they've cancelled the membership, because they were just toxic. They were just really argumentative with people, or bless them, actually just like genuinely sort of like hurting and you could tell, they needed professional like help. Not professional help as in acting, tutoring and stuff like that. Just genuinely needed some help, like bless them. So yeah, they were quite there's a lot of vitriol coming out of their mouths. They, again, just, don't know. It's like, I never ever want to tell somebody to leave the community, because I'm like, again, got to be open to everybody's opinions and stuff like that. But there's been just a couple of people in 14 years where when they've requested a cancellation, I've gone, yes. Yeah, don't have to deal with them anymore. Don't have to basically play referee in the Facebook group or in the community because they might say something that's like just really not nice. But most people are lovely. Peter Hunt is back on soon, Zoe. Peter Hunt, head of Hollyoaks casting, is back on in July. Because Hollyoaks is going down to 3 episodes a week from 5 episodes a week. They're going down to shorter episodes. However, I've been talking to Peter recently. The good news is, because the episodes will be shorter, and also they're this is knowledge everybody knows about as well. It's been released in the press and stuff like that. But they're culling the some of the regular cast, like they will be making changes to the regular cast and stuff like that, have a slightly smaller cast. It's not bad. People look at this and go, oh God, it must be like terrible news and the show's going to get cancelled and it's falling apart. It's far from that. Streaming figures are really high on this. It just had some really like record-breaking like streaming figures just this week for Hollyoaks. But what it does mean is there will be more guest roles, which is great. So there's going to be lots more roles for people who are looking for their first TV roles or their first few TV roles in that show. So it starts filming 3 episodes a week sometime in the summer. And I think they start playing out from September. So once it's started filming on that new schedule, though, that's when I want Peter to come on, because we'll know all of the actual facts around how many episodes a week of filming, how the blocks work, how many days are in a block, how many directors are shooting at the same time and that sort of stuff, and just how casting is going to be affected. So Peter will be back on. And then I'm also going to be running a brand new version of First TV Role Fast Track this year as well. That's a program that I run once a year for just 100 actors to support them in that journey to getting that first TV job. Lots of people here actually have been through that program. Lots have secured that first TV job. Some are still on the path to that first TV job, but are in a way better place when it comes to their market material and understanding how the industry works. But there's been quite a lot of changes since I ran that program last year, because there's been a few shows that have now been cancelled, like Holby City. Doctors is now gone. Like the whole Hollyoaks like schedule is changing and that sort of stuff. And also we've got things like AI, and we've got lots of other tools that we can implement and use in our marketing strategies to get our material in front of people in the industry who would want to employ us. So I'm going to do a brand new version of First TV Role Fast Track. I upgraded all existing members of First TV Role Fast Track last year to the 2023 version of it. The 2024 version will be an all new version. Again, only 100 new people can go through that training. I don't let any more in than that a year, because I just don't want everyone to know these strategies, if I'm honest with you, from a selfish perspective. But I want them to work ultimately for the people who have already been on the program as well. But it'll be taught live over a weekend. Peter will be part of that as well, because I'm going to have him be part of that on one of the days of that weekend. On the Sunday, I bring guests on. On the Saturday, we do lots of coaching. And then you get a whole 12 months of follow-up support in a private group, to make sure you're implementing all of that stuff. But anyone who's been through that program before, you guys will get an upgrade offer to 2024, and it'll be like 90% off or something like that. I'm going to make it an absolute no-brainer if you want to come on that live weekend again. But yeah, Peter, hopefully, I'm talking to him about it at the moment, we'll do a session during that weekend with us as well. But it'll be quite cool. Lots of subtle but powerful changes to the way that I'm marketing myself via email, things that are working. The use of AI won't spoil that, but not in... a lot of people think AI, it's going to ruin the industry. People thought the internet was going to ruin everybody, and people probably back in the day thought, when they read newspapers and the radio came out, that radio was going to ruin everything, and then TV was going to ruin everything, and Elvis was the devil because he was shaking his hips when he was dancing, and he was going to ruin everything. People hate new shit. They're like, it's all just going to ruin everything for us. AI, there'll be so much good that will be done through AI. Obviously, there'll be nefarious people out there who will use it for evil. Of course there will. The people who use the internet for evil right now, we're here on a Monday night having a nice chat on Facebook. We're using it for good. Equally, there'll be people, having a not so nice chat somewhere else on the internet, using it for bad. But AI, yeah, there's some really cool things that we can do with AI to just help us when it comes to writing emails, writing copy, subject lines, scripts, scenarios, self-tapes, all this sort of stuff. So there's lots of new stuff that I want to cover in that. You can go to actonthis.tv/first if you want to get on the waiting list for that. I think I'll tell you when it launches now. People will be able to buy a place on that program or upgrade to the 2024 one from... because we're dead organised and we plan the whole year out in January. I should have a date for this. Let's have a look. When is it going to be? It's not that far away because the year's going so fast. I'm like, bloody hell. 27th of July. Saturday the 27th of July will be when the doors open to register on that, and they will close a couple of weeks after that. So the weekend where we're actually going to teach it, though, isn't going to be until September. So you'll have all of August to sort of get yourself prepped for it and stuff, and for us to get prepped for it. And then we'll do a live weekend on Zoom in September, some bonus calls, and then a whole 12 months of follow-up as well. So excited about that. It's all happening. It's all bloody happening. Let's have a look. Alex says, is Gemma coming on? Gemma Hancock, Alex. Is it Gemma? Is that what you're talking about? Because Gemma is coming on in July as well. Yeah. Not going to spoil that surprise. But yeah, Gemma is. Gemma's worked at the BBC for ages now. Di wants to avoid the pencils and go straight for permanent ink. Yeah, exactly. And Indra says he's met some twats as well. I did a comedy sketch at drama school and we called it Twats. And it was an acronym because I didn't really ever get on that well with Shakespeare. I'm going to be honest with you. People say it's sacrilegious and you're not a proper actor. I don't give a shit. I can respect Shakespeare for what it was. It was popular culture at the time. I like to perform in our popular culture in a 2024 world. It doesn't mean that Shakespeare is bad. I just don't want to do it, if I'm honest with you. But there were a few people at drama school who I think just said they loved it for the sake of saying they loved it, and like they didn't really understand at all what it was that they were saying, but they felt like they'd be invalidated if they didn't say they loved Shakespeare. And I called them twats, thespians willing to act and talk Shakespeare. For our dissertation, we did a comedy sketch called Twats, thespians willing to act and talk Shakespeare. And we're performing Shakespeare in the park. It was ridiculous, but yeah, met a few of those. Andrea's met a couple of nasty casting directors, saying no names. Again, yeah, I mean, the majority, every casting director I've ever had on Act on this has been amazing. And they're some of the loveliest people you will meet on earth, full stop, out of the industry as well. But again, you know, an industry like ours, it's full of ego in it, but probably all industries are, I bet you get it in everything. You get the people who just, for whatever reason, are insecure and overcompensate with ego and talking to people badly. Almost as if it's cool, like I'm the boss, you know, I can throw my weight around, and it's like you just lose respect from people instantly when you do that. So yeah, I'm literally talking less than both hands full of fingers of people that I've met in this industry over 14 years that I've not liked. Less than 10 people probably. Everyone else has just been great. Let's have a look. Don't worry, yeah, the Hollyoaks going out of 3 episodes, Indra, don't worry about that. It's not to be concerned about at all. It's still getting a lot of backing from Channel 4. You know, it's just the demographics just changing on it. Well, it's not changing on it in terms of the way people are consuming it is changing. Most people are watching it online. So that's just, you know, they're just changing, you know, sort of changing the way that it's put out into the world and consumed, but there's still an awful lot of investment going into it. It's not going anywhere, at least not for the next few years anyway. Let's have a look. Lifon, although I'm probably saying your name wrong, says they probably expect everything to fall into their lap. There's so much work that needs to be put into where you want to be in this industry. We all need to support each other as we've all got the goal of getting to the top one day. Yeah, there's a lot of entitlement, without a doubt, in this industry. Without a doubt. And a lot of people... There's an addiction to struggle, and there has been. I remember doing the very first episode of a free podcast that I put out, called, what was it called back in the day? Mindset and Motivation, I think it was. It's now just the Act on This audio experience, the Act on This TV audio experience. People might even be listening to this audio right now on that podcast. And the first one I put out was really about people being addicted to the struggle, and I still see it today. I still see people giving more attention and energy to writing tweets online, really sort of bathing in the struggle and the negativity around the industry in a way, and I get it, because it's to make themselves feel better, that if they can justify why they're not where they want to be, and it's not their fault, it's everyone else's fault, or it's the industry's quiet. Hang in there, guys. It's quiet for everyone. It's not. I just don't want to sound brutal, but it's not, you know, and I'm not saying it's busy for me. I go to a lot of read-throughs for a lot of top drama. I've got 2 in the next 2 weeks. I've just been to 2. There's loads of stuff going on all over the country. It's just, you know, it can be quiet for someone, And that's fine. And it can be quiet for me. And that's absolutely fine. But if I'm going to then just put out, hi, everyone online, don't worry, it's really quiet for me right now. It's just really quiet out there. What that does, I understand the meaning behind it is nice. Is to say, guys, if you're struggling as well, you know, you're not on your own. But what it's actually doing is it's giving people permission not to try. Because it's saying to them, don't bother doing anything this week because it's really quiet, there's no work to get. And that's what I don't agree with. I'm like, if it's quiet for you, don't tell everybody it's quiet, because that's not actually true. Your intention might be good, but someone might read that and go, oh, well, I was going to send some stuff out, but if there's nothing being shot, oh, it's quiet, I'm not going to bother. I'm like, no, you're fucking it up for everybody else. Just because it's quiet for you, and it might not be quiet for you because, just to be brutal, maybe you're not doing enough. I don't know. I am pretty, like, militant when it comes to that. I'm like, only because it's a way I cope in my own life. If I'm not working and I'm not busy, I just blame myself for it in a positive way. Not like, oh, Ross, you're a loser, you're not working. I'm like, Ross, you're not working. Right, what else can you do then? What can you do? You play the game. What other things can you do this week that might move you one step closer to working? As opposed to going, oh, okay, it's quiet out there, I'm going to go and sit in Starbucks and just do nothing. It's always little things you can be doing. So I don't know how I got onto that. Just went on another little rant. It's already gone 10, hasn't it? I'm just going off on one. I was given a 7-page script on Wednesday to learn for Friday. Shit, die. And they even admitted it was written by AI. No way. That's interesting. It's getting better. AI is getting better. I mean, it's obviously a little bit concerning in terms of the potential jobs in the world that AI could take from human beings. But again, it's just got to come down to accountability. And again, this might sound brutal, but if you're in a job and not acting, but if you're in a different job and you're seeing AI coming up eventually to take your job, it's maybe doing something 50% as well as you could do it, but eventually it's going to basically be able to do it. Right now, why would you sit in that job as a sitting duck waiting to be unemployed? I would be upskilling or transferring into another job. It's like the black cab industry. You know, we knew from 2014 or thereabouts, maybe even earlier than that Uber was coming. It was launched in America. It was doing great. It was coming over to Europe. We saw this literally for 3-4 years. If I was a black cab driver at that point, I'd have been getting out of black cab driving. There's no way I'm going to be here with my 35 grand black cab or whatever it is, all the money that I have to pay to work in this borough that I'm operating in. I know I'm going to be more expensive than these guys who can pick people up in their own cars. Uber's cheap. I'm getting out of it. I'm not going to fight it or be like, oh, well, we'll beat it. No, you won't. You won't. Same in the hotel game, with Airbnb to a certain extent. They knew that was coming for years before it hit the market. So I'd be adjusting my business. If there's things that it looks like AI is going to be able to do that you currently do, start adjusting or start harnessing the technology to improve your ability within that job. That's what we can do as actors rather than be afraid of it. Yes, the side of it where they can clone our voices, clone our likenesses and use us forever, that's something that needs legislating without a doubt. You need to be paid for that. But start looking at how you start using that yourself. I absolutely am going to start looking into, I've already started, ultimately cloning myself in video form so that I can end up typing pieces into a program. I'd need to give it this broadcast we've done tonight. If I gave AI this broadcast tonight, it's me to camera. Maybe I have to do it. My face isn't quite covered by a microphone, but it's got every intonation I could possibly make from this last hour and a bit. And then I can just type a script, and it could be some promo material about something that's coming up on Acts on This, or top 10 tips for actors, and I can do one tip at a time. And I can just type it as a script, and that AI replica of me will just deliver it as if it's me. You'd be hard pushed to tell it wasn't me. You would know to a certain degree because it's not quite there yet. But it's certainly stuff to actually start exploring, to go, right, well, I can create loads more marketing material for Acts on This if I can just type the script out and let AI generate the video, as opposed to me going, right, Petch, we've got another video day on Thursday, come round, let's spend a whole day shooting stuff and editing stuff. Play it at its own game. But just, like in our industry, we've got to be careful we don't just give ourselves away and then just don't get paid for it. But if my voice can be used to record 20 voiceovers a day, where in person I can only record one, but I'm going to get paid a good amount for 20, take my voice all day, every day. Pay me for the 20 because I couldn't do that physically in real life. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of good. Equally, there's going to be a load of shit with it as well. So we shall see. Julie says, how much? You're talking about first TV Roll Fast Track, Julie. It's quite expensive. The last time we launched it, it was £747, but it's because it's a year. You get a year's worth of follow-up coaching on it as well. It's designed really, for you to get that money back on pretty much your first TV job. Price might increase a little bit this time, but it might also stay the same. It'll never be cheaper than that because... I wouldn't want to screw over the people who've already paid that last year. That's something I will never, ever, ever do, and I promise you this, folks. If you ever buy anything from me, you ever get an Acts on This membership, you'll never see me doing a flash sale, doing something cheaper for people, that aren't members. The only thing you'll see me doing is a trial and occasionally a half price first month. And Acts on This for people to try it out. The courses I run will only ever go up in price or stay the same. It was supposed to go up first TV or Fast Track this year, but because we're effectively recording it as a live event and we weren't planning on doing that, maybe I'll keep it at 747. If it was pre-recorded, we'd probably have just upped the price and just it wouldn't ever have been more than 997. But it is a 12-month commitment from Actors, and it's 12 months of a commitment from us in terms of we're going to be literally there for people in that program every day for 12 months if necessary. So it's a big commitment from us as well. So that's why it costs quite a bit. And it's also why we only let 100 people in as well. But actonthis.tv/first if you want to get on the waiting list for that. You can see all the testimonials from people who've been through it and have got their first TV jobs. It's paid a lot of people their money back from that first TV job. Or sometimes, Josh has got 2 TV jobs now. People are in profit very quickly from doing that program. Indy, good evening, mates. We're just about to wrap it up. I should have wrapped it up 13 minutes ago, but just enjoy hanging out, basically. I'm going to have to skip to the end of the comments because I'm just missing loads, but we'll have to wrap it up now. I wonder how to even start cloning ourselves for AI marketing. Sandra, I will do all the research for you, and then I will just tell you the best way to do it. I'm literally doing it right now, like something I've been exploring for the last 2 weeks. It'd be interesting to see how you can apply it to acting stuff. It's probably not. It's not there yet. It's to market your acting stuff, but definitely if you've got a side hustle, if you have a business and you want to produce Instagram ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, social media content you just put out, things that will just help your audience, so that they know, like, and trust you, so they will then go on to get involved in purchasing products from you. It's really useful for that. But yeah, I'll let you know. Alex says, but the AI replica wouldn't be able to give the 10 out of 10 bants that you give Ross. Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna have the bants, is it? But it could deliver some 30-second Instagram reels where it'd be like, because I want to start doing those. They'll just be like little tips. I don't think I put enough of those out. We put on social media a lot of our clips from the main member-only Zoom calls that we do, and they're really useful. That's like the guest talking about a very salient point in the industry and something that will help those people watching that, regardless of whether they go on to get a membership and watch the full thing. I like to just give everybody a bit of content, that's going to be useful. That's not behind a paywall or anything like that. But I want to do some pieces of camera myself. Even that thing I spoke about at the very beginning of this, like how you can save 400 quid a year by literally just registering as self-employed for free and offsetting your expenses against the tax you're already paying in that tax year in your employed job. You don't need to be making any money out of your acting career to save tax. And I just don't think actors know that. So just pieces to camera like that, I could just type that script out. My AI-generated self could deliver that relatively convincingly, with my energy, definitely with my voice. It is interesting the way that it's going. Night, Matt's off. Take care, mate. See you soon. And Sandra says, yeah, she could do with it for a tutoring business. Yeah, it's interesting. I'll keep people posted. Right, so we will wrap it up. It's 10:15. Thank you so much for listening tonight, folks, or watching. If you're watching on the replay, listen on the replay. Really means the world as well. Keep an eye out for all the stuff we've spoken about tonight. The Acts on This app will be available hopefully sometime this week. Now we've got the final version being built, and it will hopefully be published this week. The merch shop will be launching next week. Get one of the first 100 limited edition Acts on This Buy for Now t-shirts or hoodies. I'd love to know what you think of them, and have pictures of you in them and all that sort of stuff, and see you in them at the Acts on This in-person meetups that we run and stuff like that. So I'll keep everybody posted on that. Showreel Surgery this Thursday with Chris Stone. I'll see you there for that. And then lastly, I'll finish by playing this clip out with Glyn again. The full 2.5 hour session is in the members area. This is my accountant, the best actors accountant in the business, in my opinion. Please go and watch this if you're a member, or if you're not a member, get a membership to watch this. It will save you more than it would cost you a yearly membership on Acts on This. Like, and don't forget, get into your. I wonder if I can show you. Not logged in. Just dead quick. Let me see, because you should be making sure that you're getting your receipts for Acts on This, and make sure you're filing these as expenses, folks, as well, whether you've got a monthly membership or a yearly membership. Let me show you just how you do this, because again, people don't know. I should have probably promoted this more, but I was asked for this for ages, and we built it. And I don't think I ever let anybody know. When you log into your members area, click on your photo next to where it says members area. Click on settings, and then in here you'll see billing. So you've got your well, first of all, you've got your contact settings where you can just change your email address if it changes. Blah blah blah. Billing will show you your credit cards. So there's the credit cards that I've got on my test account here, and what I'm spending my subscription fees on, and blah 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 blah. But then there's purchase history here that we built. And this will load up your purchase history. It'll show you your current subscriptions, everything you've bought from the site. Scroll all the way to the bottom. And can you see this payment history, view all? Click on that, and then you've got all of your receipts. You can just download as PDFs. Because people used to have to email me for receipts. I mean, there's 14 pages of receipts on my test account there. But you don't need to now. You can just click. Oh, I wonder if you see that. There you go. So you can click to view a receipt, or you can just download your receipt as a PDF document. So make sure you log into your account and you download your receipts and you get them filed against your tax so you save some money. Right, I'm going to play this little trailer with Glyn to end on. It's in the members area. Go watch the full thing. Love to you all. And I'll catch up with you on Thursday night with Chris Stone for Showreel Surgery. Until then, bye for now. In my opinion, the #1 actors accountant in the UK is MD of Summit Chartered Accountants, Mr. Glyn Jelley, back in the house to make us all richer this year. Glyn, thank you so much for being here, mate. How are you? Why are creatives typically bad with money?
I would feel so uncomfortable being an actor, but I think then people who love acting probably find numbers and money either boring or makes them nervous.
You should register as being self-employed the second you commit to being a professional actor.
Usually you'll find with an actor who's just starting, they maybe haven't had their first job yet, they've probably got an employed job somewhere. If you pay tax in your employed job, you can then offset the loss from your self-employment against your employment, and then get the tax relief in the year that you've already paid tax and get a tax credit. You get a refund from them. It's a no-brainer to register self-employed straight away, even if you've never got your first job. If you're spending money to become an actor, then why aren't you recording it?
What are legitimate expenses for an actor? First up, costume.
I quite often use the example of like a clown. So if you were auditioning for a clown, all the costume would be absolutely fine because it is wholly, exclusively necessary for what you're doing.
What can we claim when it comes to travel?
So train tickets are expensive, they add up a lot. Mileage is 45 pence per mile for the first 10,000 miles. That soon adds up.
What can we claim around AV equipment?
Some people might already have a printer, they might have already had a laptop historically. Things like that, you can actually go and introduce them and get their second-hand value as a deduction. You'll surprise yourself how many things you do already own that you may not have ever claimed tax relief for.
2024, 2025, national insurance contributions.
Everyone is paying less national insurance this year.
Should I have two self-employed accounts, one for acting and one for my hat making?
If you're not registered as self-employed and you want setting up as self-employed, we will set you up for free. Get in the mindset you're not just this person like wandering around and doing some acting. You are a business and you need to treat yourself like a business.